friends, welcome back to the Enneagram Workshops Coaching Conversations. Today I want to talk a little bit about the difference between the Enneagram and other personality tests. And I think this is really important because I think when we understand how the Enneagram is different, we approach it in a different headspace and with a different mentality, and we're able to be open to the transformative work that Enneagram work is. And that's probably the first difference that I should go into is the Enneagram is a map for transformation. I don't think any other personality tests are that I know of. I'm familiar with the Myers-Briggs, I'm familiar with the Color Finder, I'm familiar with the GEM test and several others. And when I took those in the past, it was kind of fun and cool to see what my type was, what my number was, what my Myers-Briggs was. And it kind of just told me basically what I already knew. It kind of told me, I remember one test, I was the color red, and that was this aggressive, competitive, leader type. And I was just like, oh wow, okay. Interesting. I'm motivated by winning prizes. So there was some takeaway that I could kind of be like, okay, I'm motivated by prizes. So if I want to do good work, I should set up a prize for myself because then I'm more motivated to get it done. So there was small applications I could take from some of these, but with the Myers-Briggs, I saw that I was introverted, that I was a judger. I'm trying to remember all the different things. I know it's introverted, feeling versus judging, and all these different things. And that was cool. But what it didn't do, it didn't tell me why. Why do I prefer to judge rather than feel? Why am I an introvert rather than an extrovert? Why do I thrive on competition and am more of an aggressive leader? It never explored that. Whereas the Enneagram not only gave me a path to growth, it did so by explaining why I have these tendencies. I am competitive because at my root, I see winning as a way to be significant in the world. And that taking that extra step from just you're a competitive person to you're a competitive person because winning makes you feel significant in the world is everything. I can work with that. I can decide if my significance should be in winning. Or should it be in the fact that I'm a human being and I have significance regardless if I win or lose? It helps me to say, well, then what do I think of other people who don't win? Do I see them as less significant? No, not really. It gives me more to get curious about. And it allows me to see that missing piece. And the missing piece for me as a 3 is I don't feel like I'm significant unless I'm the best. And when I say it, and I'm sure all of us in every number, when a 2 says, I don't feel like I'm significant unless everyone loves me, when you say it, you realize how ridiculous it sounds. For a 5 to say, I don't feel like I'm safe unless I have all the resources and knowledge I need. You realize you'll never have enough or know enough to actually be safe because safety is an illusion. You'll never be loved by enough people for type 2s to actually feel like, okay, that's enough. No more people need to love me. I've got enough loving people. No, we realize when we say it how ridiculous it is, but until we say it, it floats in the subconscious. It affects every decision we make. It affects everything we do. And until our eyes are open to the causation behind our external manifestations of being an introvert or being judging or being aggressive or being competitive, until we understand the motivations behind it, there's no way we can change the action. Or for some of us, there's no way we would even know that we have to change the actions. For some numbers, like myself, being competitive and winning, What's so bad about that? Being the boss, being a leader, being super fun, being super helpful, how is that a bad thing? And until we see the motivations and how they're tied to flawed ways of thinking, do we actually realize, oh, that's actually not healthy for me to think I have to win at everything or otherwise I'm not significant or worthy of love. It's laughable when we put words to it. But until we do, it feels very real. It feels very true, and it motivates everything we do. And so this is where, if you come to the Enneagram simply thinking it's another personality system, and every other personality system just tells you how you are and who you are and how it looks to the world. But the Enneagram gives you that and then turns it around and says, and this is why. Here's the childhood wound. Here's the truth you're not believing. Here's the lie that you cling to. Here's the motivation behind why you have to be a competitive person all the time. It gives us the deeper things, and those are the things we can work with. And those are the things that allow us to grow, to transcend our personality. Our personality was a shell that we needed to get through life, and it has served us well up until the point that it no longer serves us well. Up until the point where the personality actually starts keeping us from living as whole and as healthy as we could. And so the Enneagram work is letting that shell drop away and coming back to our essence. And there is no other personality test that even comes close to giving us enough information, enough layers, enough connections to give us the tools that we need to do the work. We have to do the work, but the Enneagram gives us the tools. So I hope that that's helpful as you are thinking about, reading about, listening to, taking courses on, whatever Enneagram work looks like for you. Get in the headspace that this is more than a personality test. This is more than just telling you how you operate in the world. It is that, but it's more than that. It gives you real tools. It takes you into the motivations. It shows how what may look as totally okay and healthy, like being an overachiever, what's bad about that? And it shows you how that in excess is not going to serve you. And everyone has their own thing. Needing safety and security, that's okay, my friend. We should probably be safe enough that we don't die, set things on fire, drink and drive. Safety is good. In excess, a preoccupation with it will cripple you, will cause you not to live a whole and healthy life. And that's where the Enneagram shines, to take us from trapped in our personality to being free in our essence.